Good morning. I'm Andy Myers at Weiss Research.
I'm Jen Amos, and this is your morning market alert for Thursday, April 14th. U.S. stocks may decline at the open as investors digest data on producer prices and weekly jobless claims, and a mixed earnings report from Hasbro. Net profit at the toy maker fell 71% in the first quarter, missing analyst estimates. But sales came in ahead of the consensus forecast. Hasbro said its products for boys sold well during the period, but the puzzles and games, girls, and preschool categories were weak. Shares of Hasbro are moving modestly lower on the news. But Google may rise today in anticipation of its quarterly report, due out after the closing bell.
It's a big day for initial public offerings. The car-sharing service Zipcar will begin trading on the NASDAQ Global Market today under the ticker symbol ZIP. The company priced its IPO at $18 a share, above its expected range of $14 to $16. The day's other big IPO also priced above its expected range. Arcos Dorados, which operates more than 1,700 McDonald's franchises throughout Latin America, will debut on the New York Stock Exchange at a price of $17 a share. It'll trade under the ticker symbol ARCO. Meanwhile, the Swiss commodities trader Glencore International announced its own plan to launch an initial public offering of as much as $11 billion. Those shares will be traded in both London and Hong Kong.
Glencore is trying to take advantage of a jump in commodity prices over the past couple months. In particular, gold recently rose to an all-time record, and silver is sitting at its highest level in more than 3 decades. Right now, gold is holding steady at around $1,460 an ounce, and crude oil is pulling back below $107 a barrel. It rebounded a bit yesterday, following a 2-day losing streak during which prices dropped 6%. Meanwhile, the dollar is stabilizing against other major currencies, after declining to its lowest level since December of 2009. The dollar has been falling on expectations that U.S. economic growth this year will be weaker than initially projected.
Keep an eye on the technology sector following 2 reports showing a decline in personal computer sales. According to IDC, global PC shipments were down 3.2% in the first quarter. Analysts there said that the numbers were bound to pull back after a strong performance last year. Meanwhile, data from Gartner showed a smaller decline of 1.1%. They attributed the drop in a shift in consumers' buying patterns in favor of tablet computers such as the iPad 2. Hewlett-Packard remained the #1 PC vendor with about 19% of global market share. Dell was number 2 with nearly 13%, followed by Acer and Lenovo. Most of those stocks are moving lower on the news. That's the latest from Weiss Research. We'll be back after the opening bell with all the economic data and market reaction.